Mileva Marić, a Serbian physicist and mathematician, the only woman in her university at that time, and among some of the first females to finish the whole program in maths and physics. But did she do even more than that? Mileva Marić was born in 1875, a time which wasn't really friendly for women scientists. She was the eldest child in a wealthy Serbian family from Austro-Hungarian Empire. She started her education in Novi Sad, and after switching to multiple other schools, she found herself in Zurich Polytechnic University, where she studied maths and physics. Because she shared some studies with him, she pretty soon became very close to Einstein. In 1902, Marić got her first daughter with Albert. They married pretty soon in 1903. Mileva and Einstein had 2 more sons, but then in 1919 they got a divorce. They made a settlement and finalized it on the 14th of February, but there was one part of the deal that piqued many people's interests. Other from talking about their children and future, in the deal of their divorce, it stated that Mileva will receive all the funds her former husband will get from any future Nobel Prizes he might win. Some people were saying that was a normal request from a wife that didn't want to leave her husband at a time, but some thought that she took it as a reward for her part in Albert's ideas and formulas, particularly in theory of relativity. Few years later, Hans Albert released all the letters between Marić and Einstein. People were hoping that they could find something, and they did, but it was all very controversial and didn't really prove anyone's theory. Letters published to the public by their first son were viewed differently by different experts. A lot of the sentences denied themselves and really left more questions than answers. It became very clear pretty soon that a lot of evidence was missing. A lot of scientists made their own analysis, but their opinion was still split. None of the evidence that we have could leave us with a clear answer, but the only thing that we can do now is make our own assumptions. The 2 most important pieces of evidence are the deal that she and Einstein made on their divorce, and the letters that her son shared with everyone after their death. About the topic of the Nobel Prize, some people are saying that because in the time a divorce wasn't really a normal thing, it was not really strange that she requested to get all the money he might get as he requested the divorce. On the other side, some are believing that she got the money as a reward for all the work she did for him, and there's a belief that some of the ideas Einstein had were actually hers, and her school teacher was even talking about that in her biography published in 1969. The other pieces of evidence we have are the letters. Even though many of them are denying each other, we can still get some information from them. The point which was brought up the most was that in the majority of the times Einstein was talking to Marić, he was talking about our work and the research that we did. The most accepted theories out there are suggesting that he was referring to her like that because his work wasn't only his, but a collaboration in which they both were involved, and that was the reason he referred to her like that. Others are saying that the way he was talking to her was just out of respect. There's evidence that she wasn't that talented in maths and physics as he was, and in deference to him, she, in all the letters, didn't bring up her theorems or studies even once. The final conclusion still wasn't made, but it can be said that Mileva Marić didn't get any recognition. She was honored in Zurich, and a school in her birth town was named after her. We will probably never know what was the contribution Mileva gave to the cause, but what we can do now is not repeat the same mistake. Mileva was among some of the few women that were educated in that time because of an unequal system that didn't give everyone the same opportunities.